Dear students, today we are going to discuss some numericals on the topic electric field at a point due to a system of point charges. First you see these diagrams. These diagrams you can see we are trying to draw electric field lines around an isolated positive charge. This is the diagram for positive charge. You can see field lines are radially outward moving from charge to infinity, and this is the diagram for negative charge, radially inward electric field lines you can see. So field lines are moving from infinity to that charge, so it is very clear that either field lines are moving from charge to infinity or from infinity to charge. So it is clear that electric field lines are continuous curves. Electric field due to an isolated charge extends up to infinity. Now if you want to draw electric field vector at a point P near to an isolated positive charge, you have to draw like this. You can see as field lines are radially outward, so through that point P also this field line has to pass like this. So this is the electric field vector at point P. Similarly, for this negative charge also at point P, this is the electric field vector, because this electric field line has to come from infinity, pass through that point P like this, and this has to enter the negative charge. Similarly, if you want to draw electric field at point P here also it will come like this. Fine. So let us apply this concept for a pair of positive charges. You see Q1 is a positive plus Q1 plus Q2. Now if you want to draw the electric field vectors at point P, you can see here E1 is the electric field vector due to this Q1, and E2 is the electric field vector due to Q2. Now you can see here that due to this positive charge, electric field lines have to go radially outward like this, like this, like this. So through that point P also this line has to go like this. Similarly, at this point P, due to this positive charge, field line has to pass through that point P like this. Okay, so how can you calculate the magnitude of net field? Because these two field directions, you can see this direction, the direction of E2 is exactly opposite to the direction of E1. So net field you can get by subtracting the smaller field from the bigger field, the magnitude of smaller field from the magnitude of bigger field. So I put magnitude of E1 minus magnitude of E2, considering magnitude of E1 is greater than magnitude of E2. If you consider E2 greater than E1, then this will be ER is equal to E2 minus E1. That is the magnitude part, and direction you can write that it is along the direction of greater field. Okay, so next is you see for a pair of this positive and negative charge, you can see this is Q1 positive, this is Q2 negative. Now at this point, if you want to draw electric field vectors for both, then due to this positive charge, this is the electric field direction, electric field vector you can see, because from that charge electric field lines have to come out, and through that point also it has to go like this. So this is the electric field vector at this point. And for this negative charge, again the direction of electric field will be in the same sense, as from through that point electric field line has to pass through and it has to get into the negative charge. So you can see the direction of E2 also. So here direction of E2 is similar to direction of E1. So to get the resultant magnitude, you have to add magnitude of E1 and magnitude of E2. So ER is equal to E1 plus E2. So magnitude of E1 plus magnitude of E2, and direction you can see it is towards right. Let us see the next one. Here you can see both are positive, and at this point if you want to draw electric field vectors, you can see E1 is the electric field at this point P due to Q1. So as field lines are coming out of the positive charge radially outward, through that point P also it has to pass like this, and this is the direction of electric field. Similarly, due to Q2 also, through that point P it has to come out like this, radially outward. So you can see here that direction of E1 is similar to direction of E2, so you can add to get the resultant field. To get the magnitude of resultant field, you have to add these two, magnitude of E1 plus magnitude of E2, as they are in the same direction, and you can write that the direction is towards left. Let us see a problem. You see the distance between two charges, 2 microcoulomb and 6 microcoulomb, is 15 centimeter. Calculate the distance from charge Q1 to the points on the line segment joining the two charges where the electric field is 0. Now as you can see in this problem, this is Q1 2 microcoulomb, Q2 6 microcoulomb, separated by 15 centimeter. So let us consider that the point is here, and this point is at a distance x from charge Q1, so definitely this distance will be 15 minus x. So again you have to apply the concept of electric field at a point due to a point charge, but before applying the formula you have to draw the electric field vectors. So at this point, if you want to draw electric field vector due to 2 microcoulomb, definitely electric field vector will be like this side, it will go like this. Similarly at this point, if you want to draw electric field vector due to this, again this is positive, so field line will be like this. Okay, field vector will be like this. Now as you can see that the direction of E1, if I say take this as E1, if I take the electric field due to Q1, if I take E1, electric field at this point due to Q2, if I take E2, now you can see that direction of E1 is exactly opposite to direction of E2. So if you want to make the electric field 0 at this point, definitely the magnitude of E1 should be equal to the magnitude of E2. That is what you have to do. Or you can write that E1 plus E2 is equal to E1 plus E2 is equal to 0. Okay, magnitude of E1 is equal to magnitude of E2. So that is what you have to make it, such that total field at this point is equal to 0. Clear? So you can see this, making E1 is equal to E2. E1 you can get it like this, E2 you can get it like this. So E1 is equal to E2. So x is equal to 5.50 centimeter. You can verify this. Next problem you can see, three charges are located at the vertices of a right isosceles triangle as shown below. What is the magnitude and direction of the resultant electric field at the midpoint M of AC? You can see this diagram. This is 10 microcoulomb, 2 microcoulomb, 10 microcoulomb. This is 5 cm, 5 cm. At this point M, you have to find the resultant electric field. So first you have to draw the electric field vectors. You can see this. So at point M, this is the direction of electric field, or this is the electric field vector due to this 10 microcoulomb which is placed at C. Similarly EAM, you can see it is the electric field vector at point M due to 10 microcoulomb charge placed at A, because it has to go like this. You see this direction, from positive charge it has to go out. Similarly from this charge also it has to come like this. Okay, so ECM is the electric field vector at point M due to 10 microcoulomb placed at C. EAM is the electric field vector at M due to 10 microcoulomb charge placed at A. Similarly EBM is the direction of electric field or electric field vector at point M due to charge 2 microcoulomb placed at B. Fine. But because of the symmetry of the problem, you can see that ECM, the magnitude of ECM is equal to magnitude of EAM. Fine, because these two charges are of same magnitude, and this distance MA is equal to MC. So that is why EAM cancel cancels out ECM. EAM cancels out ECM because direction of EAM is exactly opposite to direction of ECM. Also their magnitudes are equal, so this cancels out this. So what remains? It is EBM. So how can you calculate EBM? For that you need to know the distance BM. Okay, you have to know the distance BM, and you can see the direction of EBM. It is making an angle theta with the x-axis. If you take this as x-axis, if you take this as y-axis, okay, then you can calculate this angle theta also. So you have to apply Pythagoras theorem to get the value of MB. Now MB is coming out to be 5 by root 2, and then you apply apply the formula electric field at a point due to a point charge, so is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. So if you apply this formula by putting all the values, you may get the result as 1.44 into 10 to the power 7 Newton per coulomb. Okay, next is two charges plus q minus q are kept at minus x20 x10 respectively in the xy plane. Find the magnitude and direction of the net electric field at the origin. Now again you have to draw the diagram. Here you can see the diagram. Now this is, you can consider as the origin. Okay, this you can consider as the origin. Now this is minus x2 because this is negative x-axis, this part is negative x-axis, this part is positive x-axis. So this is minus x2 0, 0 is the y coordinate, and here it is x1 0. Okay, x1 0. So this point is x1, y coordinate is 0. Now at this point, if you want to draw electric field vectors due to both the charges, now this is E1, you can see the direction of E1, and E1 is the electric field vector at this point due to uh, this positive charge. Okay, so because from the positive charge field line has to come out like this. Similarly at this point, the electric field vector due to this negative charge also, this you can see this E2, so the direction of E2 is similar to direction of E1. So how to get the resultant field? So to get the resultant field, you have to add the magnitude of E1 and magnitude of E2. So let us add E1 and E2, you will get the magnitude, and direction you can see it is towards right. So let us do this. Next is problem 4. It is of same type. Problem 5, it is of same type. Problem 6, you can see calculate the electric field strength required to just support a water drop of mass 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram having a charge 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now here one thing I want to say you, that if you want to place an electric charge in an electric field, then that electric charge experiences a force. So what is the amount of force experiences by the charge depends on the nature of the charge. You got the formula for electric field, E is equal to F by Q. So F is equal to QE. Fine. So if the charge is negative, it experiences force opposite to the direction of electric field, and if the charge is positive, it experiences a force along the same direction of electric field. So now here you can see that charge is positive, charge on the water drop is positive. So if you place that positive charge in that electric field, it experiences force along the direction of electric field. Now one point is very clear here, that the weight of the water drop acts vertically downward. So to balance it, this water drop has to experience a force in the upward direction. Fine, in the upward direction. So what is the amount of force here? It is QE. It is acting in the upward direction, and it is very clear that electric field is directing upward. Okay, electric field is directing upward such that the positive charge experiences a force in the upward direction, which should be equal to the weight of the water drop. Okay, so you apply QE is equal to mg. QE is acting vertically upward, which should be balanced by the weight is equal to mg, which is acting vertically downward. So if you apply this, you may get the result as this. So you verify this. Next is it is of same type, just you have to apply the quantization principle here. Q is equal to mg, so you can do this also. Last one, you see problem 8. An electron moves a distance of 6 cm when accelerated from rest by an electric field of strand this. Calculate the time of travel. Again you have to use the same thing. F is equal to QE, then F is equal to ma. From this you can find the acceleration such that you can use it in this formula. S is equal to ut plus half at square to get the time, and time is coming out to be 0.585 into 10 to the power minus 8 second. So you just verify this. So let's practice.